Showtime!
10 seconds flat.
Coco! Punch! Well, this sucks. You are nothing to me!
Chibi No Podcast!
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. How's it going, everybody?
Woo! We're finally back, people. It is me, Jose Oliver, and alongside me, I got the one and only.
I got David. It's me, David, the Smash fan.
Mr. Smash Brothers himself.
The Smash brother.
Also, we got...
This is Miles. Last but certainly not least, Diego. Woohoo!
A little more enthusiasm, but I take it.
He's always chill. You know how he is.
You know how I do, Bo.
It's been a crazy day today, so let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, just go ahead. Mr. Smash Brothers himself, you got an excited pair of news, don't you?
I do. Okay, we always start off with news anyway. This first news actually came out today. King Day has been confirmed for Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS, and I'm gonna say he looks awesome.
He looks kind of cartoony to me, but I mean that doesn't matter at all. I mean,
He's supposed to be animated like that. That's what makes him awesome.
Personally, I couldn't care less. This character's in there. I thought he was a horrible character originally.
You say that, but when I play and I beat you,
you're a cheap douche.
I'm like cheap.
Chain grab.
We'll get that
Chain grab.
some other time. But
Hey,
anyway.
chain grabs. It's all legal in competitive play. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We are on one tonight, but we have some good news for everyone. And
It's
some...
been a long night, people.
We've seen some movies. We ate some food. We've been here for a while, but it's finally time. Let's start off with something good. How about it? Halo TV series is not gonna be filler. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, you just get to learn more. You get to go more deep into the Halo world. You learn things that maybe you wouldn't know playing the games. So that's pretty awesome.
I really love how, like you said, this the Halo franchise is very important to Microsoft, and they've shown that with the books that are canon. They've shown it with Forward Unto Dawn, which helped hype up Halo 4, and you see the part. It was Lasky, right? Bucky Lasky. You see his part, how he met the Chief, and then tie that into Halo 4. And
I thought that was awesome, especially in the comic books that have came out.
Yeah, and to see that they're so dedicated to this franchise. I mean, as a fan, I love it.
Personally, the thing I'm excited for is to not only see if it's either going to tie into Halo 5, or if it's going to tie in after Halo 5, in the same universe 5, but the one thing I'm really wanting to, if they do this right, I mean, for one, you have to have the Master Chief in this, otherwise nobody's going to want to watch. I don't care about some cadets anymore, some ODST, I don't care. Like, you guys want to sell this, do some Spartans. Personally, I think they need to do if they can do the story of the training of how the Spartans became to be and how they found them, like the Fall of Reach book. If they could do something like that in a TV series, I mean, that's a whole lot of content they could add. I mean, that would be amazing.
I think that would be amazing too. On top of that, they could also talk about the Spartans from the books, or like what happens to June, at the end of Halo Reach. June's there. What happened? We don't know.
The problem with June, I mean, any of the Halo Reach characters, though, I mean, it was... as much as they say it's canon, but they say their book's canon, it shafts each other. Like,
but then again, we don't know too much about what was actually happening on Reach. If you remember in the book, the Master Chief and others were fighting out in space for the most part. Mm-hmm. And when he got out, he was already on the Pillar of Autumn and left. So we don't really know what Spartans were happening.
Pillar of Autumn never came to Reach, picked up Spartans, and came back. By the time they were in their battle up in space, they had to get the hell out of there because they had so many Covenant fleets come in that they had to jump out and boom, start a Halo 1. It never happened.
Yeah,
and
so
that's the biggest problem. And they actually had a stand-up conference press that they had. And one kid asked, "How do you guys you guys have said that your books are canon?" And they said, "Yes." And they're like, well, how do you speculate on the ending of Reach fitting into the Fall of Reach? And they're like, well, we like to just leave it up to people's imagination to figure out how it happened. They could not comment. They knew they screwed up.
Well, see, I think
laughable in a way.
I think we're focusing too much on this one.
Yeah, sorry,
on the news. But what I'm saying is this much. yeah, people, they're prone to make mistakes. It happens in games, happens in movies, whatsoever. I think it's not a big enough detail to make a big fuss about it. Yes, it is true that there was no time to stop, grab Cortana, and head all the way out to grab the chief and then fly out. I mean, but honestly, that part of how they got the chief and Cortana, how they got Cortana, and how Chief got on the Pillar of Autumn and left. I mean, it's not crucial that it has to be this way. And so, like, honestly, I think it could be either or.
Yeah, it could have been told a little bit better. I think. I mean, gameplay wise, it was fun. But...
Bungie couldn't even explain how it fit in because they knew they screwed up. I mean, Cortana was never down on Reach; she was on the Pillar of Autumn the whole time.
Every now and then, when something gets this big, every now and then there's gonna be a couple loopholes, a couple things that don't quite fit in.
Well, I guess we're probably going a little too in detail for one topic of news.
Well, let's just keep it Xbox related. And Halo 5, they showed one screenshot, right?
Concept art.
2014. It's coming this year.
We still don't know if it is really Halo 5 or what it is. I mean, they just gave it to Halo. I mean, if it's Halo 5, just say Halo 5 because they didn't have the logo for the 5 yet.
Right.
Know? I don't know.
But they advertise this one as being the Halo 5. I mean, hopefully. I would like it more as a Halo 5. I would think it'd be nice if they actually did what you were saying last time, where it could be Halo 2 Anniversary and have Halo 5 at the same time. But I don't think they're going to do that either.
The only thing, I just want that it's extra 3 years. I'm worried about the quality.
Like you said before, we talked about this off air of how long they were actually working on Halo 4, and it was a lot longer than what I originally was thinking. Because I thought it was like maybe a year or two, but you said it was more than that.
Almost 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
But 4 years,
and we don't really know how long they're working on this one.
Well, the thing is,
story-wise at least.
Didn't they say they finished the whole trilogy of Halo 4, 5, and 6 when they thought of a whole new story? They finished the story.
Well, they have some scripts that are out there.
Yeah, so they're probably just creating.
So maybe the scripts were fine, just not the system. The engine was still being tweaked.
But I think the story's done.
For the most part, I would say they have kind of like an idea where they're gonna go. They're just fine tuning everything right now.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But Microsoft just said for sure it's coming out this year, despite it not being on the list of Xbox One games coming out in 2014. So Microsoft just said, yes, it is coming out this year, don't worry.
Well, so that's all I really care about right now anyways, Titanfall and Halo. So,
and Destiny, but...
I'll probably get it on PS4 to play with my boy Jose over here.
Well, I'll get a PS4 and we'll play it together. 3.
Yeah, I don't really care about the exclusive content. I just want to go where my friends go. I mean, extra 60 minutes, woohoo. I don't care. It's just...
You play as Kratos.
I just want to go where my friends go. That's the biggest thing to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's keep it Xbox related still. Titanfall.
This is going to be a big topic here.
Yeah, they announced the 6 versus 6 match. That's only what they're going to have. Well,
players,
actual players, because they're going to have AI as well as
they said it'd be if you include if every 6 or if every 12, I guess I should say, controlled characters all had a Titan as like defense or follow him or whatever. That's an extra 12. That's 24 right there. So if you combine that with the extra AI, it's a total of 48 people can be on the battlefield with all the AI. And personally, the problem is all this speculation, all these people are freaking out. You've never played the game. Every game reviewer that has played the game, they said how amazing it is. That they didn't realize it wasn't 6 or 6, and even if it was, it didn't bother them. They say it's an adrenaline rush. There won't be anything to not shoot. And even the Respawn came out and mentioned that their AI will not just be like a cannon fodder, it won't just be easy kills.
Yeah, I think they said it was going to be like, if you're not paying attention to them, they could kill you, and they will kill you.
Die.
Yeah.
And this is just all speculation. I mean, even from the videos all of us have seen, our mouths are dropped.
That's amazing. And I think the reason why they have a 6v6 actual player cap, maybe, if, let's say, every character were to get a Titan out onto the game, it could slow the game down. That's my personal opinion. Maybe not.
I don't think there's a limitation because they did say they experimented with more players. They just found that 6 versus 6 was the best for
that
teamwork.
Does sound
I think there's that balance, and because there's Titans there, and that everyone could get a Titan, the possibility of getting one. I think if you had 8 versus 8, that would be a little bit too much. Halo has the Mantis, and the most that's ever on a map is 2.
Yeah.
And that's still a lot.
I trust these guys. I mean, these are the ex-Modern Warfare 2. I mean, they know multiplayer. And the biggest thing is, like, think of, like, Halo. You know, it's nice, those 4v4, those, even 6v6, that's the highest I ever want on Team Deathmatch. Because there's a part where you need to talk to your team where this guy's over here, this guy's coming here, this guy's flanking here, helping behind here. If you get into the part, like even Battlefield does this right. I mean, Battlefield, you have 64 players. You're not talking to 32 players of your team. They do squads.
Yeah.
Because they know you can't coordinate 32 people on the same mic all talking like crazy.
Especially when you have somebody like me just running off. Oh, screw you guys. I'm going to go shotgun everyone.
I'm a spray and pray kind of guy. I'm not going to lie.
What? This map is like 100 feet? Oh, let me use a shotgun.
But I mean, if I have 6v6, I mean, if I have 6 people, I can coordinate with those guys as team.
Yeah.
And that will work. Any more than that? I mean,
It's
this is all
pushing it.
speculation. We haven't played it, but I mean, it makes sense from all of us have played multiplayer games, and yeah, when it gets in these bigger maps, it's like people think next gen it needs to be all these huge amount of players. No, I mean it comes down to fun.
Yeah, and I think on top of that, if you have too many players and too big of a map, you're just gonna die constantly. Like your average life is gonna be 10 seconds, 30 seconds max. Whereas you have a 6v6. You can have your friends, all your friends, 6 players. You don't need to invite 10 people or nothing. 6 players for your side to do this, and you guys could be devastating. If you guys have a good team, you can be destructive. It's fun. I think that's cool.
How I think about it is just that they want to make sure that this game is the best at launch. I mean, if Titanfall 2 comes out, they could up it if they want to. Right now, I think they just focus on making sure that everything works and that people understand how it works. And if 6 versus 6 does that, then we'll just do it.
I love that.
I mean, I never knew it wasn't 6v6 even the player. You know, even the reviewers didn't even know this. I mean, they've all had a great experience. They say it's an adrenaline rush. Everything you see in the trailer, it is like that every second. You know, and even Respawn came out with a statement. They're like, you know, we knew people were going to freak out about this, but you know, they said the main thing was they want it to be fun, and they also said that they want to make you feel like you're the hero. You always feel like that, because we got to remember this is a next gen game in a way that they're changing it to do single player and multiplayer the same. We've never had anything like this that seems to actually do it right, and these guys seem to be doing it right. So let's just give it up to them. I think everybody needs to chill and wait till we can actually play it.
Yeah, I agree.
On a side note, how bad would it be if it comes out and it just bombs? This crap.
Oh, I'd cry.
That would suck so bad.
Because it looks so
Sad.
good.
That's I mean, it's not as hyped as it was, but like Aliens Colonial Marines, to those hardcore Alien fans, they're
Waiting
like,
for
that
a
game looks
good
amazing.
Duke
I
Nukem.
was even duped, you know.
But the thing is, that was just a trailer. There was no hands-on gameplay.
Yeah.
We really got stoked.
Yeah, that's
We've had actual reviewers go in and play. There's been people who have played it for 3 hours nonstop, and they cannot wait to go play more.
Yeah.
But I'm
I mean,
just saying, like,
we know it's good because
Yeah.
of the trusted people out there
Definitely.
that we trust. I'm not going to name sources, but there's
and it's not going to be delayed for years.
Yeah.
or 8 or 10.
This
How
ain't no Watchdog. It is coming out.
how long was
you know,
Duke Nukem?
March
Oh,
11th.
8 years?
Duke Nukem was forever.
Yeah, like. But,
Half-Life 3, not
Oh,
even showing up.
I don't know if I should bring this up, but it's another thing is like we haven't even seen anything on the 360 version.
No,
We don't
nothing.
even know who's developing it.
We don't know anything. It's 2 months away.
I
Are you
I don't think
serious?
it'll-
Yeah. We
I
don't know
think it'll
anything.
affect the quality at all, but it's still a little funny we haven't seen anything. Not even a screenshot.
Yeah.
Just imagine the crappy Call of Duty graphics on 360. And it's probably going to look like that.
That's
But
just-
I'm sure it'll run fine.
yeah.
People, when there's a developer you trust, a lot of people talking, doubting The Last of Us multiplayer, and then it came out and it was really fun.
Oh, was that good?
I need to start doing
We
that
need
so I
to
can
play
get the
some
platinum.
action.
I need the
That
platinum on
surprised
that.
I got my
That
PS4
surprised me.
controller. I'll play with you now.
All right.
Man, we're spending so much time on this.
All right.
On these
Let's keep
recent
it
news.
Xbox related. Now I'm just.
All right, let's go through the
Let's
the
go
last
fast.
ones really
All right.
quickly. The last few stories.
Let's talk about the biggest ones. What do you want to talk about? I want to say the Simpsons, because that's a pretty cool thing. I told David I don't really like the Simpsons nowadays. I like more of the old stuff.
I'm
but
the same way.
yeah, but
I
regardless,
agree. Well,
I
yeah.
appreciate that they're doing this for Hayao Miyazaki. They're honoring him by doing an episode dedicated to him. That's freaking cool.
For those who don't know who he is, he worked with Studio Ghibli.
No, he's the director.
He's the
main
director, and he's stepping down, right? Just retiring.
He's retiring.
And so The Simpsons did this whole episode like basically around him. The story is that the combo guy is falling in love with this Asian chick, and Homer is
What?
Homer- yeah.
Manga girl. She draws
yeah,
manga.
she
or
does
something
manga,
Like that.
and then
I'm googling this.
and then
right
Homer
now.
is like drinking or smoking with some Asian. Don't know if it's her dad or whatever. and they kind of have this hallucination, and you see all these references to all these Studio Ghibli titles. You see
Totoro.
You see Howl's Moving Castle. What other ones did you see?
So I just want to interrupt really quick. This guy looks like the mix of the old dude from Jurassic Park and the KFC guy, but Asian. Sorry. Yeah, I just have to say that.
Don't talk about
You're looking at it already?
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I'm looking up this guy right now. This guy is like legitimately KFC gone Asian. This is awesome.
The cool thing I like is we saw that Fox put up a little preview, like a 30-second preview.
That was like 3 minutes.
It's freaking funny. It's great. You can just see the references, and if you know the references, you'll have a good laugh.
And it's mixed in with the Simpsons humor. So it was great for me. It was great to see all the Studio Ghibli references and then how they put the Simpsons characters in them. I loved it.
Yes, indeed.
I would like to add, not about this, but some sad news. Greg Martin passed away this week. I just had to put him because we
need to post something on our podcast about that.
We do.
We'll post,
page, I mean.
We'll post a link to some information that he did. If you don't know what he did, he was one of the box art creators. He did old school. He did Sega Genesis. He did Sonic Adventure. I think one and
Sonic
two.
the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog
3.
Yeah.
He did the Ninja Turtles. He did like Bugs Bunny video games and all that stuff. He just did a lot of great video game covers, and those ones are memorable. Like, you see Sonic holding 3 fingers up, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, just great. Like, and it's just sad for somebody to bring in that art, to bring in those memories. For him to pass away, just want to say, Greg Martin, we miss you. Thank you for the amazing art you did over the years.
Yeah, the biggest one to me was, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is my favorite old school Sonic, and just remember getting that in my hands for the first time and just how cool the cover looked. I mean, when you're a kid, just those things just bring a great smile to your face.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those great childhood memories for any gamers out there. It's
well, you had to bring down the podcast, man.
Sorry. Hey, Jose, I'll let you have this one though. What's on PlayStation Plus this week?
What's PlayStation news? Yeah, come on, PS fanboy, let's see it.
Actually, I was watching too much anime this week, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't hentai, no.
Well, the biggest thing, PlayStation Plus, hentai. Bye. What a human. The biggest news is Don't Starve is free. I haven't tried it yet. Download it. Don't Starve.
I tried it last night.
That's an indie game, and it's right up my alley. I love weird animation like that.
It's pretty cool animation. Just the gameplay's crap.
Like last time I talked about how
free.
I love contrast because it reminded me of The Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's why I got it.
Yeah. That's a cool concept to it.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll check it out. But aside from that, the biggest news PlayStation-wise is they announced PlayStation Now.
Wait, we still have more released. Didn't they release DMC for free too?
That's in our new releases week.
No, it came out this week.
I know, but
I thought it was next week.
Oh, maybe it's next week.
It is next week.
Release for the Vita, though. They released the Sega All-Star Racing.
Yeah.
Is this sad to say? And David's gonna love me for saying this. He's gonna laugh at this. I downloaded that. Now I've played. He probably already knows what's coming when I start saying this, but I've played Sonic All-Star Racing on the Wii U. And now I've played it on the Vita. Is it sad that the Vita's graphics are better than the Wii U version?
Get out of here, bro.
I'm not kidding. I swear to you, I will show you. It is pathetic.
It's probably compressed. I don't know.
Oh, here's another thing.
It's the OLED screen.
I swear, the feel of it, it feels like the Wii's running at 30 and the Vita's running at 60, and it still looks better. I don't know what's going on, but it just plays so much better.
Somebody be tripping.
I think that Vita the developers for the Vita were like, we're getting screwed over by Nintendo. We need to do something. If we can make it better than the home console, let's do it.
Okay, we got Smash. Okay.
That's all he cares about. Hey, there's Mario Kart and stuff,
So what were you saying again, Jose?
PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now. I mean, to me, that was the biggest. I wasn't even expecting anything from there, because this is basically what they bought Gaikai for, the whole streaming service. I wasn't even expecting. They came out and they said games. We're gonna stream games. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 is there, and then the PlayStation 1. And I was like, okay, they're gonna do it just for the PlayStation 4, 3, and PS Vita, but they're gonna do it for everything. Eventually, tablets, iPads, and cell phones. Like,
Oh, and they're making it built into where you don't even have to console anymore. You can get a Sony Bravia TV.
Yeah, on the TVs as well.
Boom, just play it right there with a controller.
This is gonna be crazy.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Revolutionary.
And then the connection that they said that you need to do, like what?
Only 5 megs.
Freaking kid. I could do that finally with Comcast.
Hopefully.
are you supposed to be like the best internet around in Utah?
Not on my house.
Well, that's because you got the
Always
Latino
getting
plan that you got set up over there.
Multi-Latino
weird...
Max.
It's
What
like,
was it?
it's
Yeah,
like this.
Latino
We go to
Max.
his house. T-Mobile, he has no service, but our Sprint, we have crappy service everywhere. We're like the best service in the world in his little corner of his room.
FYI, my house is like the Bermuda Triangle for me. Nothing really works great in my house. I go everywhere else, everything works better. But
There's fallen ships in all these certain spots, you know, it's just...
that's why I never know what anime I have in there. They just randomly appear.
What? Look. Don't blame that on the Bermuda Triangle.
What, I got
It's
2 of
spending
these?
habits.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's big news. But
I like the name. I thought I was going to hate it, but it kind of stuck. Kind of like the Xbox One to me. It has kind of a stupid name, but it sticks. You know, PlayStation
Yeah,
Now is
it's
kind of a
pretty
stupid
tight.
name, but it sticks.
I want to know how much it's going to cost.
You know, I think it's going to be a service. I don't think.
Yeah, it's...
And I think you're going to have to pay for the old games you used to own as well.
Yep.
Guarantee it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
guaranteed.
like I was talking with him with Jose about this.
Genkai.
Is with how they're gonna the first 4 games that are gonna be out. It's gonna be what Beyond Two Souls, Last of Us.
They didn't confirm those actually going to be coming out first. Those are just ones they're working on.
They're on the beta though, right?
Yes.
They'll be available on the
yeah,
beta.
but they didn't confirm. They said not to look at it as speculation of what's going to be released first.
Okay. Well, either way,
As far as the beta
yeah.
goes, those are the ones.
But I was talking to Jose about this with those players who already have those games and they're gonna play on the PS4, on PlayStation Now. Does that mean that will all their saved data that they had in PSC will it go to the PlayStation Now so that they don't have to
That'd be
redo?
smart.
I would think
Entire-
as long as you're well, who knows? We can't even change our name because it's so difficult. But
Yeah, so see that's the thing that I think might be a little bit of a downfall or like something that me personally I wouldn't like to have all my saved data, all my trophies that I've done, and then to play PlayStation Now to play on my PS4 because I wanted to play The Last of Us on PS4 and say you have to start over from the beginning.
Well, older games used to not support the cloud saving until they did that recently. Even like the trophies were really late.
Yeah.
I wonder if the games that do support the cloud saving, if those will transfer over, but maybe the ones that
Probably
don't.
those are the first ones then.
Yeah.
Like, think like Heavenly Sword. Like, I don't know if they ever updated that or not.
Nope,
but
never
if they-
did.
So if they didn't update it, then, no trophies, no cloud saving. Who's to know if that'll actually transfer over to Genkai? But I think that'd be really stupid not to. And Sony's been working with some really
But
handy-
again, we'll have to see. They could drop the ball on that small little detail. Hopefully they won't because it's Sony. But
Well,
you never know.
it is Sony.
Yeah.
It could drop the ball.
They most likely
How many
will.
times has the service been down?
One time.
No, it's been more than that.
Yeah.
One time for the biggest,
No, the
for
biggest
the longest
one was,
time.
The most memorable one was the big one.
That's the best one. It
I
was
think
like-
Xbox was down for few hours
At most.
at most.
I was happy that time. I wasn't playing Call of Duty. I was like, well, not time to catch up my other games.
I wasn't out back then. He was fine.
Wait, what? They're still out? It's been a week.
But no, that was cool. I mean, you had tablets. You had, possibly your laptops or TVs
Cell phones.
or cell phones.
They're targeting
Holy-
everything.
Everything.
That's
That, I was expecting, and the thing is, they're actually adding TV and DVR as well for it. I was expecting Xbox One to come out with stuff like that first. I wasn't expecting Sony to actually try to get something like that first.
I know they're experimenting Halo 4 with some service. But
Yeah.
they said right now they don't have any feature on it right now.
Yeah.
You know what? These consoles are so new. Maybe in a year they might have something, but I'm not going to be dying to play my old games. I mean, even when this is great for the people that haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I wouldn't want to stream Last of Us. If I own it, I have my PS3. I'm gonna get the no lag version that I own and play right there.
But like I said, there's tons of people that
There's
that
people
don't
that
want
do-
to. They
yes.
don't want to pull out the PS3 and play The Last of Us. They want to play The Last of Us on just one console, not have to take out an old one.
The
No,
controller,
there's-
Miles, the
there's-
controller.
Yeah, the controller. They don't want to play on that POS PS3.
POS 3?
Yeah, the POS
I like
3.
that. That's gonna stick. The POS 3. But
Sony, don't sue us. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's crazy because they also talked about how that's going to work with multiplayer as well. I don't know how they're going to make it work.
Yeah, that seems. To me, it seems like it's all gonna be so messy, but they obviously know what they're doing. Hopefully,
Sony,
Again,
be smart.
hopefully-
Release single player games first.
Last of Us.
Borderlands 2.
Oh no!
No, that'd be good. All right, let's move on now.
Gosh, we've spent so much time on the freaking just.
Speaking of speed, which we talked about a couple topics ago, we're going to give Miles 60 seconds to run us down to the CES. 60 seconds. Whatever you think we should know about CES.
Really?
Except for our other topic, which is going to be the Steam Machine. So everything else that you've seen that you have heard.
Michael
Since
Bay.
you're our tech guy, we need you to cover us here.
Yeah.
Diego, give me 60 seconds on the clock.
Ready?
10, 9.
Really?
Just don't count that. Just go
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
hit
yeah.
now.
Watch Miles be like,
Why-
oh.
Seriously? You guys don't want to talk or what?
Yeah, this is all you. Just 60
Okay.
seconds of the stuff that you think we should know.
Why? I don't know why you're clicking. Ready, set, go, Miles.
Okay, well, the biggest thing, the Oculus Rift, is getting even further in production, which is nice. It's a nice thing to think about. 4K TVs. They're going to try and keep them, at least in the 50-inch range, they're going to try and keep them under $1,000, which is amazing.
Not their cameras,
I'll
though.
buy that. I'll buy
Yeah.
that.
Oh, this is cool at CS. I really like this. Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
Got 10 minutes of actual gameplay. It still looks gorgeous. You can barely tell it's not real life. It is, oh my god. The reason I bought that PS4 day one is just for this damn game that's coming out. I can't wait.
Day
So,
one doesn't come out.
That's
Day one.
always good. Of course, we got the PlayStation Now. We got some more talk on the Steam controller. This is where we also saw tons of stuff on Mad Catz releasing their peripherals for
10 seconds.
Xbox One. We got laptops coming out in the 4K screen resolution. This is ridiculous.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, well, last one really quick. And then the Nvidia, they released their tablet, and the freaking graphics are better than the previous gen consoles on a tablet. It's amazing. There's my under 60 kind of seconds.
Yay!
Drop the mics and walk out. They call him Miles the
I
Speed
broke a
Runner.
sweat here.
Yatta!
I forgot to add one more thing.
I don't know.
We
I
should
don't
give
know.
you like 2 minutes. 3.
6
Okay.
seconds.
The PS4 sell and the
Xbox One.
Xbox One, yeah, the PS4 got the 4.2 mil worldwide, and the Xbox One got 3.1. So I just think
Let's
that's
clap for it.
Yeah,
Clap for it.
clap for it. Next gen selling really well. I think
Suck it,
I
Wii
think
U.
Wii U's
No!
I think Wii U's barely catching up to the Xbox One, and it sells over a year.
Hey,
So-
Nintendo's just a late bloomer, okay?
I
No,
know,
no,
I
no,
know.
no,
When
no.
Smash Bros.
No.
comes out, all the sales will be up.
Well,
At least it's
And
a
then
late
Zelda.
bloomer. At
And then
least it's a
Zelda.
late
I
bloomer.
bought my Wii U hoping for Smash Brothers last year. Did it come out?
No.
No.
So,
I didn't.
yeah.
Okay.
You got that Mario 3D?
I got one game that I've ever bought
Mario-
many times. That
Zombie,
console, so.
you tell me about it.
Speaking of Wii U, we gotta finish Super Mario 3D Land.
That's what.
I played with a couple of my buddies. We're on the 7th out of 8th
Fudge,
level.
you
Best.
I'm sorry,
go
you guys-
home. You're off this podcast.
Delete the save. And then we restart it.
No, we can go back. They can't get.
I don't want to
three-
go back.
Hey, they can't get 3 stars.
You just.
And if you know who I'm talking about. If you can hear me listen to this podcast, you guys cannot get the 3 stars in every map. So my buddy's gonna try and help me get it.
You're just using us.
He needs the Latin squad.
The Latin Squad.
Squad.
Oh my
Si
god.
se puede.
All right, guys. Let's get on to our main. Our
Three
first,
main topics.
the first of our.
The trifecta, they call it.
Triforce.
Ooh.
Are we doing?
I don't know. I don't want to call it that.
When are we doing CES, by the way?
TES.
You just did that.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
you.
you guys give me 6 seconds. You guys. Oh, the Steam Machine. That's right.
That's the second.
Okay.
That's our main.
Tell it,
Sorry,
let's-
David wrote this list this week. So,
Hey, I wrote it. You can read it. If you read it wrong, that's not my
We
fault.
love each other, by the way, on this podcast.
yeah, but
No Boku no Piku.
None of that.
kind
Don't
of
look
like
it
there's
up.
like dyslexic handwriting on this.
Trust me,
So-
if I would have written this, you would have thought that 4 different people wrote it. My handwriting sucks.
Yeah, and I don't.
He's got the lowercase and uppercase in the same letter.
I use
Oh,
3
Oh,
same
you're
words.
like, people still write in cursive? What? Well, that ain't cursive. That's just my chicken scratch.
It's just my I don't call it that way, but
I do.
all right.
First main topic.
Main
Woo!
topic again. Miles, you gotta head us. You gotta lead us down this road of technology.
Oh,
Steam
geez,
machines.
Really?
Steam machines. And
13, right?
The 13 models. You know something.
There's
about
quite
this.
a bit of models. I'm not going to get in every one, but
Technically 14, right? With the piston, whoever's doing that one.
yeah. Let's ignore that $2,000 overpriced equipment, but
There's quite a bit there.
it's cool and all the piston design. But anyway, so Alienware, that to me, their design's been actually the coolest one.
Yeah.
Without Cyberpower, but I like how they're super small. I mean, these are smaller than. Geez, even the slim PS3 and stuff. I mean, these things are tiny.
Are they as big as the Wii's? The
Uh,
regular.
There's
It's
one that
not
looks like a Wi-Fi
They
router.
look like they're a little bit bigger than the original Wii.
Yeah.
But not much. the coolest thing is the specs. I mean, they're hitting a good price point, which you talked about last week with Jose, was, they need to keep in a competitive price point around these consoles. Not that they're, personally, I don't think they're a complete direct competitor, but they'll take some shares out, of course. But
they've been talking about, since they're having the prices so low on certain models, that they wanted to kind of compete, let's say, against the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, and even in being $499, they're coming with 500 gigs. They're coming with the 8
Most
gig
of them,
memory
yeah.
of
Most of
RAM. And then the best thing is the video card. They're coming with, the Radeon's 270s or the GTX 760s. And for people don't know all this tech stuff here, those video cards in these models, they are more powerful than the current next-gen consoles we're using by quite a bit, actually. And they're keeping it at $499. I mean, Steam, it's on Linux. They can add, YouTube. They can add Netflix. They can add Hulu, Amazon. They can add the web browser. I mean, it'll still have a lot of stuff. They can add sharing stuff. So honestly, it can really work out like a console, but more PC oriented. I mean, it's Linux. The world of possibilities is super. I can't even wait to see what people can do with these.
On top of that, with the Steam machines, that you can upgrade them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they are upgradable. Everybody's dream of an upgradable console. This is pretty much it.
You can get the 500 gigabyte memory and upgrade to 2 terabytes or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever will fit in the design of whatever they're...
Now, my thing is this, they gave us a list of all these, and one of the lowest price ones is like $500.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have the one that they're focusing on, the Alienware, which hasn't been...
No,
nothing has been told.
They did have a 500 model.
But no, they said that they haven't
The poster book.
posted anything. They didn't post anything too much on the Alienware in regards to their specs and to their price, just a time frame of when it might come out. My question or my thought is this: if they have a $500 one, like how much better is like this one? There's one that's called the Falcon Northwest Tiki.
That's not $500.
This one's not $500. The lowest price is $1,800. Lowest price, high $6,000. Now, Miles, since you're a spec guy, tech savvy guy, just how much better is this one compared to the $500 one?
Not much at all.
So then, why is it so much? Why is it $1,800?
The Titan.
So, well,
Oh my
I was going
God.
to say, so it all depends on what's inside the system. So you can have all these i7s, and there isn't just an i3, an i5, and i7. There's different models, there's different sockets, there's all this different stuff. The problem is there is definitely inflated pricing on a lot of these hardware. You might get an extra 3 frames, but for an extra $300. Right. And that comes to the point where not everybody knows, and that's what I worry about. Some people getting a little scared. It's like, well, what about this $2,000 one with $500? I'm getting a really crappy model. Well, if you actually do the benchmarks, that $1,300 will only get you an extra 10 frames. Is that really worth an extra $8 to
How many more
hundreds
people?
of $1,000? No.
But how many people are actually gonna be willing to pay $1,000 for extra 10 specs or an extra 10 frames?
People that have the money, not me.
People that
I'm
are
cheap
really
as hell.
misinformed or don't know the technology. And
No,
that's
no,
what
no.
I really worry about.
But I'm
Yeah.
asking, like, how many people will buy those?
People who
Price
have
those
money.
$1,800 ones. I mean,
Dude.
is it worth it though for those 10 extra frames?
No.
It depends what you're doing. I mean, for example, when I had the GTX 670, they had a GTX 680. Now, the 670 was $300 and the 680 was $500.
Well,
You only
that's
got 3 extra frames for that money. Is that worth it? No. But some people need to have the...
Latest.
Oh, well, not just the latest greatest, but they also have to have that, oh, well, I got the 680. Mine's even better than 670.
We
Oh,
have
that's
3
cool.
frames.
That's cool. You got 5 frames more than in crisis than I am.
Right.
But we're both running over 60 frames per second.
Right.
So what's the problem? So to me, it's just there's a lot of misconception on that. I mean, you got these extreme processors which you can unlock and just overclock the heck out of on these i7s. They're $1,000 processors, or you can go down to the $500 model, which is the same clock. It's not as unlockable, but it's pretty much the same performance. So this is what really sucks is they have these models. That's why Valve isn't really. Valve would have been smart to push out their own hardware, even though they're mostly just a software developer. If they just had base models, so it didn't confuse the public.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Isn't their base model sort of the Alienware one though?
No, not at all.
No.
It's just software. So
Yeah.
the problem is, though, this is a good thing with Valve, though, they get the revenue either way.
Yeah,
from these
because
boxes.
you're using Steam.
So it's pick or choose. I mean, Alienware, it's not the quality it used to be. It is now Dell. With
Yeah.
Alienware, they bought the trademark. That's it. So it's hard to tell. I mean,
So
this $500 machine, as long as they have a good warranty, they have this 760 or 270 model in it with an i5 processor and 8 gigs RAM. I mean, that is more than enough. You get an extra 18 there, you got to upgrade an extra year to your lifetime. Then you want another video card in a year or two. Boom, you just upgraded your thing. Super cheap.
I got 2 questions. For the 500 price model, for the basics. Could I build something better if I were to, let's say, build it myself, or in this case, have somebody like you build it for me?
That's a really good question. I was almost going to forget to mention that. That's a really good question. If you were to build your machine for $500, I don't really think you could get the price that they get for $500 for the models they're selling that close. You might be a little bit more. Somehow they're swinging down the price, probably because they got some kind of deal bundle, and they're getting the price really low. $500, I could build you a good computer, but
not quite.
Well, it's debatable. I might have better parts for the same. Same, if I went part to part, I could probably buy better brands to be a little bit more money, but you have better parts. They might be using a little bit more cheaper parts. But other than that, I mean, $500 better than the next gen consoles in performance. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
They hit a really good price point.
Yeah. PC's always one step ahead of all the consoles, right?
And you compare it to a PS4, $400, $500. That's cool, people. But you buy your PS4, you need to spend for 2 games $120. You're already way over the price of this console. And $20 on PC games on Steam. I mean, that could give you almost 10 games. AAA games.
Is that even like games that come out this week?
Nah.
Because those
there's sites I can show you later, but there are sites you can buy. It's not fun. I can even post links on our Facebook page. A lot of people don't know you can buy just a CD key from CD key dealers on websites, and you just get it.
It's like $40. It's still cheaper. It's not. Most games are what, $60 now?
Yeah, and I've gotten Call of Duty got for $40. Battlefield 3 I got $20. These are all day one.
Good old Call of Duty.
Day one when they came out on PC, I got them. A lot of people know where to get them. All you got to do is look. They're CD retailers, not from Steam. Steam isn't getting any profit, but they will give you this. Well, I guess they'll get a percentage, but you can just get the Steam code from these CD key dealers, put it in Steam, activate it, boom, you save $40.
Or just buy it and ask Miles for his password so I could get all those games.
Yeah, the Steam sharing is getting better.
So the other question would be, who's tempted here to get one?
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's something great, and it's just, I don't know. It attracts me. Right. I want to get the $500 Steam machine and play some of these games because I want to try doing the whole mouse point and shoot thing. The controller is always fun and I love it, but
Diego's gonna be broke.
You know what's really cool? A $500 badass gaming machine that's really small. You can load Windows. You don't even have to SteamOS. You can do a dual boot. You have a super computer for $500.
Right.
Does everything a computer do, and it's super small, save space. That already right there is a great deal. I mean, we need to ignore just the gaming aspect. Yeah. This is a computer. Mm-hmm. It's not just a gaming SteamOS. You can load Windows. You can download your Office, do your homework. It is a full-on computer.
Yeah. I mean,
it's really great.
For the price of a new cell phone.
What were we going to say, David?
No, I was going to say, I kind of agree with Diego, having this supercomputer, having it to play games. But like one thing that I think Steam or Valve's trying to push is using a controller to play it. Which is kind of what I want to talk about here. Because they revealed the controller, right, for the Steam. For Steam. And I've seen it. To me, it looks, and I've read reviews from IGN and everywhere. It just, they say it's gonna take them a while to get used to.
They're not sold on it yet.
They're two touchpads that they have to use instead of analogs. Trackpads. Sorry, trackpads.
Haptic feedback.
Yeah, and then they have the two. They have I think two. Is it 2 buttons?
They have a button in between, like when you rest your hand on a grip on a controller. They have a button there. Then they have the 2 buttons up on top.
And they have customizable buttons and a touchscreen.
Yeah, they have 3 buttons replaced. It almost like your space bar. And then they have 2 buttons on the left and right of that space bar.
And I think the right for the right click of a mouse and the left click of a mouse. And I was reading reviews on it. Just they were just playing Portal, and they said it was like learning how to walk. Basically, because they said the touchpad with the trackpad was. You think it would be easy to get used to this, and no. They only got to play with it for maybe, an hour? And for the first half hour, they had no idea what they're doing. They were just playing Portal.
Yeah, they had no button screen prompts or anything to really go, and that makes complete sense. But it's like I've talked to you guys. People that are afraid to get a PC, I'm not good at mouse and keyboard. That's the oldest excuse in the book. I mean, when I first played Halo as a first-person shooter, it was twin sticks. No, that took me a good 3 months to get used to walking around and being able to aim and shoot a grunt in the face. It took me a year to even be really good
We
at
all
it.
have our weaknesses, Mouse. It's okay.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm
It's
kidding.
fine. But anyway,
No.
what I'm saying is, you coming from like GoldenEye, I couldn't play first-person shooter on that
Yeah.
weird Nintendo 64
God
controller.
awful.
For some reason,
It was
Paul's like a
horrible for
master
that.
of that
I
game.
love that game.
Yeah,
See,
but I'm saying, like, it was a
Oh, I
learning
forgot
curve.
to-
It was a learning curve.
The one thing I will say though is that
Another-
controller
another
is
time.
just ugly.
Which one?
It is ugly.
The Steam Machine controller, it's ugly.
All I need to do is add a one-piece sticker to it, and I'm good.
Oh yeah. I mean, if
Oh yeah, that makes it all better.
That'll make
Hey,
it all better.
we can get
Just
Dragon
cover
Ball Z
it up.
sticker. We're good.
No, but still, I think that's, to me, that's gonna take a long time, because I've done the mouse and the keyboard, and it just felt a little bit
Wow.
more comfortable. But this track thing is so different, because it's like adding, like what the Wii U would do with the tablet, but mixing it with the computer, and adding all these customizable things.
It's
and
all about
awesome.
learning it.
Yeah,
It's just
about
learning
Yeah,
it.
it just
How
takes
many-
time.
Yeah, how many people you guys know that play PC games? What's a mouse and a keyboard, and they don't get mad or they just get frustrated because they have to play? Do they sit for more than 5 or 10 minutes, or do they just walk away? I mean, they don't sit there for an hour or so playing the game. They play for 10 minutes. I can't do this. I'm going to stay with my controller because I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Okay, well, how long did it take you to get used to that controller when it first came out?
Long ass time.
Long ass time. So my point exactly is just the mouse
Butt
keyboard.
time.
People don't give it. They don't sit down long enough to learn these
Yeah.
controls.
It's something different. It's just like when I got my arcade stick. Even till right now, I'm not as good as my
I can't
regular
use
PS3
them.
controller. I can't even. I could do shoryukens and like nobody's business on
Anyway,
the
I can
arcade
do a
stick,
shuriken.
but not on the D-pad.
Shuriken.
It's weird, but yeah, it's just learning it
Good point.
again.
I'm a D-pad guy on fighting games. I
Hell
can't do
yeah.
the joysticks.
Yeah,
But others
yeah.
can. Have I gave it more than 10 minutes? No. I just go back to D-pad. It's comfortable.
You
Yeah,
look
see-
like a retard.
I see,
got
like, my-
four hit combo.
That's why I didn't play fighting games on Xbox. I
No.
couldn't stay on the D-pad.
My thing is how fighting was gonna work with the Steam controller. This is all just that trackpad.
Well, as long
And
as
there's
it's
no
a PC,
button, like-
you could. Then you have to learn
Yeah.
an arcade stick.
Yeah,
Hey,
if you learn
it's
arcade
still a
stick.
PC, and you have to put it in your living room. You can plug in a mouse and keyboard if you want to it.
I wouldn't do that with a fighting game.
No, but what I'm saying is
Right.
like
There's
yeah,
no options
yeah,
are there.
there's
Well,
options.
you know, even like the Xbox controller, the API is Microsoft is certified it. I mean, if you can get that working on the Steam OS, which I'm sure they'll do, you could plug in your Xbox 360 controller, and it wouldn't feel any different than the Xbox 360 version. People don't realize this is made for the living room. It will
And-
support just like computer controllers.
If you have an arcade stick that does work on it, it's gonna work on it.
It will work just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine. Nothing bad.
None
You're
of
good.
this priority crap that we get from everyone else.
Well, all I'm saying is just you just need to give it some time. You'll get used to it. It's just like every other controller that we get that changes throughout time. That's about it.
So overall, I think if you want to try something new and you want a little more bang for your buck overall, I mean, go with that $500 Steam machine, because it's the same price as an Xbox One.
More powerful.
It's more
and
powerful.
It's a computer.
The computer, the games are almost half. That's like 2/3.
If that Steam
yeah.
sells, I mean, you buy Steam sells, you're like, well, I never played that game. I always wanted it. $5. Am I going to play it? Maybe. Buy. I mean, it happens every year with everybody.
And on top of that, I don't know if this is true, but I saw something like Titanfall when it comes out on the Steam. It's gonna be $48. It's gonna be $12 cheaper.
It'll
than,
be $60.
It'll be 60. Okay, never mind. I was wrong.
It's EA, not Steam.
Oh,
that's why.
Origin.
The EA will not let you have a discount. But you wait about a month, and then it'll be on sale.
EA troll.
EA always. 39% off still. Thanks, I just bought that 30 days ago.
Fuck you.
Now get the extra map pack.
$55.
Just one map.
Oh no.
Okay, let's. Okay, Jose, what's
I'm
our
sorry,
next
guys.
big topic?
All right. After we spend an eternity with the Steam machine, I think people will enjoy that. I think we gave them a pretty good in-depth. So let's go into topic 2. Are you guys ready for the weekly
I'm not ready for this topic because
random top 5 or 3 Chibi No Podcast list?
Yeah, let's go with list.
All right, random list. Every week we're gonna do one of this. This week's list.
Threes?
No, man, I'm still learning English, bro.
whatever.
I'm still learning English. Let me talk.
Okay.
Come on, George Lopez.
I hate you.
Hey, I'm gonna post that on the Facebook. You guys will see that inside joke later.
Oh my
Yeah, you'll
God.
see
Sorry, it's
why.
happening.
Yeah, you see
You'll
why
get
he
likes
looks like
for that,
George
buddy.
Lopez. You'll see,
He got the Jose's doppelganger is George Lopez. It is great.
dude.
Wait until you see this.
Dude, there's his picture I showed him of Bruno Mars. Looks exactly like Jose. It's just his one picture. Looks exactly like him. It's just the angle, and I'm like, dude, that's Jose. That's him.
One day you look like Bruno.
Oh my God, you know? They call me Bruno Lopez every now and then. Alright, so the top 3 anime scenes is gonna be today's.
I hate your topic so hard.
Dude, they make you think.
The random topic. And
Thanks.
since he hates me so much, Mas starts up.
Oh,
Okay,
so evil.
okay. So this one. So how we're gonna do this list? It'll change maybe from time to time. So they're gonna talk about what's happening before the moment or scene, why it's your favorite, why it's in your top 3 or top
Right.
second. Before you unveil your top number 1, give 2 honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions, are those included in my top 3?
No.
No, they're like
Honorable
your,
mentions are stuff that almost made it
your
to the
top 3.
3.
So like your 4 and 5. And so
Don't give him that.
and so just talk about like what made that scene memorable to you.
I'm gonna say
Music,
random ones then.
music style, and art style.
But this is
animation.
anime.
Yeah, anime.
Yes,
Anime.
Alright, great.
Movies or shows?
You guys made it really
Number
easy. You made it
3.
easier, I guess.
Number 3.
So an honorable mention, the Bruce Falconer soundtrack for Dragon Ball Z. One of the best moments to me was when Goku was fighting Frieza, and he's getting his butt kicked really bad, and Frieza had he was drowning Goku with his foot in the water,
Oh yeah.
and Goku has an experience of like his Gohan and like Chi-Chi dying and all his friends, and he freaks out and just boom, gets all this extra power, and then just the Goku's music comes on, and he does the awesome Kamehameha and burns Frieza's hand. I mean, that music was so great, and just pumped up the moment. It was just, it's so epic. So that'd be an honorable mention for me. Let's see, you guys want another one, of course. I would probably say I really liked an honorable mention of Naruto getting along with Kyuubi.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Naruto kissing Sasuke.
Okay, hentai boy. So
There's
when
too much homo that happened in
Yeah,
that.
that's an inside joke too. We'll get later with our biggest review. We'll talk about later. But when he fist bumped with Kurama and then the gate opens up, that's an honorable mention. That gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
So
Number 3.
Official.
this is just coming off the top of my head, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Claymore. If you haven't seen that show, Jose watched that show. There's a great moment. Great, but sad. It's I forgot to actually add a different one in here. Anyway,
Number 4.
actually, can I cancel this last one? This is actually number 4.
All right.
I'm gonna cancel this one.
Okay.
Number 3. Spoiler alert on One Piece. If you've not gotten to the Whitebeard Saga, then don't listen to this for a good 10 seconds.
Yes. Maybe 30.
Maybe 30. This is a really sad topic.
No.
Luffy's brother, Ace, dies
Dun dun dun.
to the Admiral in that series, and that was... Wow, I almost wanted to stop watching One Piece. I was pissed off. Bad. Made me sick to my stomach. Other people on the forums were just sick. I mean, it was a horrific event.
Because the whole season to that part was him trying to rescue.
Oh, it's like 80 episodes of Luffy trying to rescue him just to have him die. Was getting,
And
punched
he
in
rescues him.
And he does rescue him. You're like, yes! And you're just like a little kid with joy, and then boom, just fist right through his body. It was a horrific scene.
Yeah.
And it was just really sad. But it was a changing point for Luffy and his crew to grow. So it was that would be...
Switching back with the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So now I'll skip to number 2 because that's sad. I don't dwell on it any longer. Number 2, a really big moment in Tenchi in Tokyo. We talked about this last week. Was we all agree here that it's the best in the Tenchi arcs, and it's in Tenchi in Tokyo. During the last episode, you find out that Sakuya is actually not real, and the demon lord, the girl or whatever her name was that was going after Tenchi. She created Sakuya and used Tenchi to get closer to him, and it's, that was just a horrible scene when she had to say bye to Tenchi. It was just, that was actually the first anime actually brought tears to my eyes with that scene. But, that was just such a great Tenchi series, and that moment was huge for me in just my memories. Number 1, this one's, yeah. Number 1 for me is easily was Dragon Ball Z was the anime that started. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is what got me into anime, and it was the scene where Goku first turned into Super Saiyan. Me and David, growing up on Dragon Ball really close, we always had these cool stickers from Japan. And you always saw Goku with his blonde hair. We didn't know what the heck that was. We're like, what is this?
Look at this guy's colored him run.
Blonde hair.
Dude,
We didn't really know, and then it wasn't until Funimation came after we saw a rerun of the Ocean dub, until Funimation came out and finally did the Ginyu Saga to the Frieza, and then just build up this huge scene. Krillin dies. Me and Dave were just devastated watching it. We just got off of school, and then just boom, Goku gets mad, turns into Super Saiyan, and wow, there was it was anime stars in our eyes watching that scene. It was just the most epic moment, my first epic moment in anime history.
Right.
That's when you knew you were hooked on anime?
No,
It started it, but he didn't realize it.
yeah, I didn't realize it at the time, but that was the most epic moment.
Nice.
That's my list.
We agree with that.
Yeah,
list.
I approve it.
Thank you, David.
Yay!
Diego.
Diego's turn.
Okay.
Okay. So Miles mixed up a little bit. You do your top. You do number 3, number 2, then your honorable mention.
Okay, I'll do that.
Then number 1.
That's what I was going to plan on doing.
Okay.
Chill, bro.
Miles is no, I'm kidding. Miles does whatever he wants. It's all good.
Ecchi is acceptable.
No hentai.
Anyway, tell Ru. I'm just kidding. No, well, my number 3 pick would have to be
Hey,
from...
honorable mentions first.
No, remember it was number 3, number
and
2.
then
Then your two honorable mentions are number 1. I told you that at the beginning.
It's
Anyway.
it's a long night, you guys.
It is past 1 o'clock. Leave me alone. In the morning.
Okay, so my number 3 would be from Naruto Shippuden. And... Shippuden.
Misukai.
It's a tie between when Naruto's getting his, trying to learn how to control the QB, and, when his dad comes to control him, to tell him to stop, to regain his consciousness.
Oh, you mean when Minato resealed the seal?
Yeah, when Minato resealed
when he's
it,
fighting pain.
and it was a tie,
Yeah,
too.
it's a
It's a
pain
tie, though. And his mom. Because
Oh.
he finally gets to meet them. And that was just a sad moment. Like, it's like,
I'm gonna cry now.
yeah, I wanted to cry.
His mom, is she not the
She's
most
BA.
coolest? She's the most coolest
She's
female
BA.
character I've ever seen in an anime.
Yeah, just,
She's cooler than Naruto.
yeah.
I don't know.
I loved it because
Chi-Chi.
Naruto finally
Hinata.
got... I love
Hime.
because Naruto
Yeah.
finally got to meet his parents.
Yes.
He never had that, and they put some of their chakra life energy into him, so that when he was able to control the QB, they would teach him how to.
Mhm.
And I thought that was a great moment.
Well, that sucks. That's better than my Naruto one. I should have picked that.
Hey,
Too late now, sucker.
My number 2. This one almost beat my number 1, but this is number 2. It's on Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Is this
this
a
one-
spoiler?
This is a spoiler. It's
No.
during the later episodes. It's like the third to last episode.
If you don't want to know, skip over this.
30 seconds.
So they're in, I guess, anti-spiral matter, like in the ocean of it. They're drowning.
Yep.
And they can't get out.
yes.
It's sinking them in. And
Oh
they're
yeah, I
like,
remember.
we need to shoot this missile, the spiral missile.
No.
And Kitan, he goes inside his mecha. What's
Yes.
it called? What's his mecha
The
called?
banana
my
one,
gosh.
right?
Yeah, the...
Oh,
Oh,
I thought it
my
was a star.
goodness. It's a star banana, whatever.
His gunman. That's what
Yeah,
it
his
is.
gunman.
His gunman. He goes inside his gunman, and he takes
Super
Simon's old broken drill, and he gives his speech. He gives a speech, and he does the Giga drill, and I was like, and then he goes and destroys the orb that's just sinking them in, and he dies. He sacrifices himself for it brought a tear to my eye. I thought it was amazing. That was
Yeah.
a great scene.
I didn't blink.
You didn't want to tear up.
Go watch Gurren Lagann, people.
It's
What are you
good.
doing?
Man, the
This
combination.
character was like a crappy version of Kazuma. I'm just saying.
But he
That part
did
redeemed
it.
himself, though.
Yeah, he redeemed himself 100% after that.
Sure.
Yeah, Miles, be quiet.
Okay, I have my 2 on.
Hey, I don't want to hear from the guy that will not watch this anime.
You know why? I will be
No, I
trolled
don't.
for life.
Some stupid.
He's a hipster, but in the animated.
Oh,
version,
hey,
he's super low.
hey, don't put me on the level as hipsters, okay?
Anyways, let
That's-
me put my
that's
honorable
offensive.
mentions. My first honorable mention is Naruto Shippuden again. This one
Fanboy.
actually made me cry because it made me miss my brother, but I don't know why. Because my brother at the time was on his mission, when Jiraiya was fighting the Pains.
Oh,
When
I
Jiraiya was
know.
fighting-
Yeah.
And it was just a losing battle, and you just see him just.
David was gone when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I watched it.
We were gone.
And I was all like,
We were not
"Well,
here.
what's going on?" I was like, Jiraiya, he lost his arm. He's dying, and he's choking, and like they snap his neck, his vocal cord.
Okay, Jiraiya died. Got
Yeah,
it. Yeah, got it.
it's just.
Let him explain,
I
bro.
hate that
We
part.
let
It's
you
making me
explain
sad right now.
everything.
It's
Yeah,
making me
Let
sad.
him
it was a
explain.
good, and just seeing that happen. But I loved that moment, but not in the way it is. you
Right.
know?
I see.
It helped Naruto grow,
Mhm.
and I loved it.
Even-
That's
it was
Shikamaru's scene.
It affected everyone too.
Oh, everyone.
It did, all of them.
Tsunade, like,
Cause she loved him.
she
never
knows
did,
what
but
happened
she
almost
loved him.
instantly. She knows what's going
Her
on.
heart
I was
broke.
like, you little snitch. You should
He
have
was
kissed
my-
him.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah.
He was tight. He was the Master Roshi.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
Dragon
what?
Balls, bring him back.
And then
Edo
my,
Tensei.
my,
Edo
my
Tensei, bring
number
him back.
2 honorable mention is in Dragon Ball.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun,
When
dun, dun.
it's just a funny scene.
Yeah.
It's a funny scene is when Goku trains with Kami for a while, and he comes back and they're like, "Who's this guy? Who are you?" And Goku's trying to tell him it's him, and he's like, they don't recognize because he has a turban on. And Goku unravels it, and they're like, "Oh, "It's Goku!" And they just
No,
have
Bulma still couldn't recognize him
Oh,
for first.
And she was,
She's like, "Oh, he's good looking now." It's like,
yeah,
oh,
it
God.
was weird.
That was weird.
It was just a funny moment. I laughed a lot at that one.
That was a cool moment.
My number 1 though is from Dragon Ball Z,
Ooh.
and most of everyone knows I'm a big Vegeta fanboy. And my favorite scene, this is what we did. So back in the day, we got VHS tapes. Yes, VHS tapes. We didn't have DVDs back then.
David could afford the uncut, and I couldn't.
Cause I'm cool.
Yeah,
No,
this
he's
is-
not that cool. He's a
'Cause-
hipster.
No. Hey,
Hey,
that's
let
offensive.
me get back to my
No
thing.
play, man.
We'll go
No
back.
play.
So
Go back.
what we did was we had a 64 and we sold our Nintendo 64 controller and games
You
to
guys
get
did?
these 2 tapes.
Yeah, to get
We
these
did.
2 tapes.
To get
Remember
these
that.
2 tapes.
I
We
would have
did,
yelled at you.
no, but we had a GameCube then, so it was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
I remember that.
sold it and we only got like $20 out of it, but it was to get those 2 tapes.
They're like
And it
15
was
bucks
the beginning of the Android saga, and that was the first time you see Vegeta become a Super Saiyan. It was amazing because Bruce Faulkner, oh my gosh, he's great composer, greatest composer for music in a long time, and the piano just coming in, and Vegeta's like, "Tell me, do androids feel fear?" And just that coming in, and I saw his hair
Oh, yeah.
glowing
Oh,
gold.
yeah,
And then
so
the crater,
sick.
I was like, oh my gosh, I freaked out. And like, it was just funny. It was great because Vegeta's like, his story of how he became a Super Saiyan. He's just like, he trained and he failed and he just couldn't get it. And he just like, F it, I'm done. I don't want to be a Super Saiyan anymore. F Goku, F Trunks, even though he didn't know who Trunks was. And he's just like, F everybody. Boom! It just came and it's like, F you to the world. And he was just BA the whole time. I loved it. That's my favorite scene. Oh,
Best thing is, we saw that like 3 months before it aired on Toonami, and we had no idea Super Saiyan was coming for Vegeta, and all our mouths just dropped. Like, what?
I don't
I-
Turn Super Saiyan.
I rewound that tape like 70 times. That tape is probably old and broken, but it was
The
worth it.
things you did to that tape cannot be said in this podcast.
I don't even want to know.
You know who joined the Super Saiyan Club?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Over 9,000 club?
Oh,
I just want to give a shout out to Bruce Faulkner. I just think you're amazing.
There you go.
Good. I like Diego's. Alright. Okay, so mine.
El David.
You have no idea how many times I had to switch out my number 3.
Mm.
My number 2 set, my number 1 was set, but my number 3 kept switching around. So my number 3 actually comes from Attack on Titan. So if those of you who haven't seen it, you're idiots because it's an amazing show.
Did you just call our listeners idiots?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because we have not seen.
David will be banned next week.
He
You
called
can't ban
you
me.
too.
My name's on here.
Change
but-
his voice to like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
All right,
We'll
go.
get more viewers that way. So the scene comes near the end of the series, and they're okay. Spoilers. These will be spoilers.
No.
So there's a second Titan that they think is involved in sabotaging some of their plans to get rid of all the Titans. And one of their plans is to try and get this person underground. And she doesn't. She turns into her Titan form. She starts wreaking havoc. And the plan was to get Eren to turn into a Titan and fight her. But he doesn't. what instead happens is while they're in the tunnel, it collapses because she steps on it and makes a hole, and Eren gets impaled by this piece of wood. Now, this actually doesn't happen in the manga. In the manga, he just kind of gets his memory of stuff that happened before and he turns into a Titan. In the anime, it was a whole lot better because he's impaled. You see him bleeding. Mikasa just goes over there and she just like gives this little speech. She says, like, "Well, if you want to do it, do it." And just walks up and starts to fight the other Titan. And then you see him and finally see his resolve, and he's just like pushing up, and you see like the blood splatter, but you see all this motivation to do it, and finally he bites and he turns to the Titan, and that was awesome. Just to see his resolve.
It was a pretty epic scene.
Yeah, that was amazing, and I wish they would have done that way in the manga. I'm glad they did it in the anime though. It just made
you're
it
the only
more
one that
epic.
reads the manga in this group.
Out of us, yeah.
I don't want it. I want an anime I can finally just kind of watch and not read and spoil anything.
They better start announcing that season 2 though, because I'm getting impatient.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh, okay. So that's a tie for number 3. Sorry.
No,
This
you
is-
can't do that. That'll be an honorable
Why?
mention.
Yeah, it's an honorable mention.
But they're the exact
Sorry.
same one.
You did it to me.
Fine. Okay.
You had to say
Number
it
2.
first, like I did.
As you know, most of us are great Dragon Ball Z fans, and so my number 2 just barely missed my number 1.
This is the Dragon Ball Z show.
Great anime. Dude.
I
I know,
can't help
it's a
it.
Steam and Dragon Ball show.
Yeah.
It's basically this, like, you know how people say marijuana is the gateway drug, Dragon Ball Z is the gateway anime?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
so,
The creator
Don't do
likes
drugs, kids.
but do Dragon Ball Z. I mean, watch Dragon Ball Z. That's what I meant.
Wow.
it. Over 9,000 club.
It's over 9,000.
But okay, so my number 2 is this scene in Dragon Ball Z. So in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, if for any of you have seen it, you see Goku fight Vegeta, and it was awesome. And it took all Z warriors to basically defeat him. And all throughout the series, you're wanting them to fight. And finally, you get this chance where they go into the world tournament. Goku comes back for a day, and they're gonna fight in the first round of the tournament. And what happens? Stupid Gohan gets all his energy sucked out.
Sorry, I just had to do that for you.
Turn it down. I don't want to get sued.
Give me the Ocean Dub one.
Remember, everyone, Chibi No Podcast makes no money out of this podcast. We do not want to get sued by BBC.
We love Akira Toriyama, but you ruined it, Miles. Everyone's always interrupting when I'm talking.
Anyways, continue
So we're wanting. I was waiting for Vegeta and Goku to fight, and then Gohan gets all his energy sucked by Spopovich and Yamu, and you find out about Babidi and Dabura and all that. And then, finally, while Dabura is fighting Gohan, Dabura sees these evil tendencies in Vegeta and tells Babidi, and Babidi goes ahead and takes over his mind and basically puts him under his spell and makes him a slave. And then you see Vegeta become completely evil. They appear at the World Martial Arts Tournament and he just starts killing people, massacring them. And you see Goku getting all pissed off and they're trading, verbal blows. And finally, after so many episodes, they both go Super Saiyan 2 and they start fighting. And
Dude, but the drawing's not amazing.
The
Dude,
drawings
that
were
World
awesome.
Tournament
Oh
scene
my
when
God.
they're staring each other down.
yeah,
Oh my.
And their fight scenes, the first start, how the
Oh yeah, they
drawings
used to
are
talk
terrific.
when they first see each other.
just when they first see each other.
Yeah,
that
that
drawing
was-
with that sinister smile he has that I haven't seen since the Vegeta saga.
And the thing is Babidi was gonna try and stop the Supreme Kai and Gohan from going and into the ship and going lower in levels to get to Buu. And so he tried to control Vegeta and basically have him kill the Kai. And Vegeta refuses. Even though he's a slave to Babidi, he refuses because that's how badly he wants to fight Goku and beat the living crap out of him. And just to see that was amazing. The line that he says, you may have control over my mind and my body, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps, his pride, and yells and just boom.
That scene gave me chills.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Pure Vegeta awesomeness right
For your information, Dragon Ball Z, to me, main character, Vegeta.
there. Anyway.
I think But that's my number 2, when they
Cyber
finally
Cage
start
is
fighting.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Honorable mention.
Okay, 2 honorable mentions.
Dragon Ball Bridge.
Okay. Okay, one honorable mention is from Angel Beats. This show is only 13 episodes long, but it was an amazing story. I was juggling between two scenes, but mine ultimately was the last scene that's in the show. This is a spoiler, so if you want to watch Angel Beats and you don't want to know how it ends, stop right here and go forward.
I do, so I'm gonna plug my ears.
Okay,
Talk
so Miles
very
is...
quiet.
I can still hear him. Anyways.
Okay.
Oh well.
So what happens is they're helping everyone pass on. Otonashi and Kanade and Yuripi. And Yuripi is the leader of the... What's it called? What's the name called? They change it every
They
time.
change everything.
Anyways,
SSS.
Whatever it's called. So they're all passing on because they've accepted their lives and they're going basically to heaven. And Otonashi doesn't go, neither does Kanade, which is they call Angel in the show. And later on you find out, Otonashi loves Kanade. And then you get this little twist. You find out Angel's regret. And it was that she never thanked the person who gave her extra life. What happened was she had to have a heart transplant. And before she was gonna have the surgery, Otonashi was in a train wreck. And before he died, he signed his donor cards that all his organs would be used. And his heart was the one that they used to transplant into Kanade. And you find that out, and you find out that she just wanted to say thank you to him. And that's when she goes and she disappears. And she goes to heaven. And just, you see him cry, you see him, grab to the air. Oh, it was so emotional. That was one I wanted to cry because he had happiness with her. And then she had to say, all she had to say was thank you, and her regrets were gone. She went. And then they tease you at the end with maybe
What could
another
be.
life.
Yeah.
And him almost touching his shoulder. And as he's about to touch Kanade's shoulder, it ends. White out. Lame.
Awesome.
Well, in a sense, it's
Awesome,
kind of like
awesome.
they're soulmates because he's whistling the tune and she remembered.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Angel Beats, I recommend that. Please watch it. Another honorable mention, any scene that has Harima, Tenma, and Eri from School Rumble. Because basically that show is all centered around misunderstandings.
Yep.
And just the first one that comes to mind is when Eri and Tenma are studying. I don't know what you're talking about. But they're studying, and Tenma's telling Eri about his date with Kurasima, how they went to a wrestling match. But the way that she makes it sound, it seems like they had sex or something.
El
So
Kinky.
and so Eri's like misunderstanding and saying, "Whoa, did you take it in the mouth?" She's like, "Yeah, he likes that one." "Do you like it from behind?" It's like, "Yeah, I love that too. Boys love that stuff." And they're like, "No." But so that's my second honorable mention. And then my number one pick. This beat out Dragon Ball Z simply because of the music.
Bruce Faulkner again?
No, it beat
Dragon
out.
Ball Z.
Oh,
Just be-
beat out. I thought you were saying this one was
No,
because.
it beat out the music. So it comes from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it's the part where Ed, Envy, and what's Ling? I think it's Ling. They're stuck in that fake portal, and so they have to use Philosopher's Stone to get out. And as he's going through, he gets to the portal, and he's waiting to get called back, and he looks straight, and he sees another portal, and he sees Alphonse there.
That was so
just the
crazy.
skin and bones
Skin
of
and
him.
bones.
And he just turns, and you just see his pale skin.
I felt so sick to my stomach on that scene.
And then you see Edward, he's running out to go grab him, and then those little like black arms go and they grab him.
Oh,
And he's
Portal
selling
of Truth
yeah.
is taking him back.
And Edward's saying, Alphonse, come back with me. And he says, I can't. I can only with my soul. And then you see this like pain look in Edward's face, and he goes in the back, and the portal closes, and then you see just Alphonse smile a little bit, and then all of a sudden you see this hand break through the portal, and it's Edward coming out, and then the song comes out, the ending song, Let It Out, comes out while he's fighting these hands and just screaming out to Alphonse, like, Alphonse, like, I promise you I'll be back someday, and I'll bring you back, and just wait for just that look of determination.
Oh, that scene was crazy. I had the most chills ever.
That got to me. It was the scene, the what he was willing to do to get his brother back, and then the music that played at that part was, for me, one of the most iconic scenes in anime history of all time. To me, it just gave me that chills. It's the reason why I watch anime, because those scenes, yeah, you can do it with actors and in TV shows, but to me, it can be a lot more powerful in anime as well.
That build up you don't get from a lot of sitcoms.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them have some good stuff out there, but how the anime does it, I mean, the thing I like about anime, which David's been talking about, is it's more emotion driven than the shows we have. You know, it's got some action, some drama, but the emotions that anime put is just so unreal. It just captures. They really try to capture your heart more than anything, you know. And especially that Full Metal scene. I mean, those are things that just hit your insides that most TV shows can't do. You know, when you get these moments in 50 episodes in Full Metal case, you get these all the time. You know, in a series you might get once or twice in a movie or in a basic series. In animes, you just get these moments are just incredible. I mean, we could, me and David, and all this, we could all do Dragon Ball Z. We could give a huge list of great moments that have given us just great memories.
Yamcha dying. Again.
Yeah, but yeah, it was hard to pick my number one because I love Dragon Ball Z, but that one just stood out to me instantly. So, but those are my picks. All right, Jose, let's hear yours. What do you give me?
My goodness. So I had a list. I think I came up with a bunch of numbers. So I'm gonna give you my top 10. Now I'm just playing. Oh my goodness. Number 3, I would go with Gunbuster vs. Diebuster, the movie. Aim for the top, the Gatai. And
do you own this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I actually watch it.
He let me borrow it, but I never watched it.
I think they had it for 6 months in this house and I never saw it. So, what is it? Diebuster, I think, was the first one. And that one's old school anime, like 60s. Bad acting, not so much good drawing, and by the end of the movie, like, I think they wanted to make it look old school, so they even went black and white. I'm not gonna ruin this because I really want people to watch it, because I think another anime kind of stole this idea. I still haven't finished Eureka 7 Owl, because I think they actually stole this idea. But
I'll have to watch the
how
show.
it ends, I was like, okay, this movie, I'll give it like a 5. It was okay. It was old school. I really didn't enjoy it. But then when I got to Gunbuster, I was like, okay, this is better. This is newer. It's not necessarily a straight continuation of the same story. It's different people. It's way, 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 way past what happened in the first movie, years-wise. And then at the end of that movie, it ties it all back to the first movie. And I don't want to give out this ending because I thought it was amazing. Just with that, it made me appreciate Diebuster a whole lot more. And overall, like, I felt it was a 9. That ending was sick. Because at the very end, I believe the lady, the girl, the second character from Gunbuster says, I'll tell you the story that she told me. And with that, I was like, oh my gosh, they should make a third movie. Really good. If you can find it, go watch it. I think they're selling it for $60 right now. I think it's worth it, especially with Diebuster. Really good. Second, dang it. My second has to be from Eden of the East.
Ooh.
Eden of the East is
Great show.
Hey, are there gonna be any spoilers?
And this one, I don't think so. Not
So I was gonna watch that like probably next month.
Okay.
Watch it. It's awesome.
No, I was.
It's not gonna
Netflix, I think,
be-
the whole series.
Yeah, the whole series is on Netflix.
Okay, I'll try to keep it non-spoiler. But basically, what's the main guy's name? I suck with names, people. What is the main guy's name?
I don't remember.
What's his voice actor, David?
We don't remember. It was somebody else.
I
that
know the
never-
girl's, her voice actor is Leia Clark. Because she plays Harry in
He's in love
School
with Leia
Rumble.
Clark, so it makes sense.
Dude, her voice
Basically,
is awesome.
The story, what happens in this scene is that
Photoshopping
He-
this tonight.
wants to be, he's always a good guy. And you get the whole story from the girl's perspective. And I don't want to give it away, but they have this phone where you could call. And basically any request that you have, it will make it happen.
Sell us out.
To sell us out. And he calls, and there's this bomb threat to Japan. So he calls, and then he just tells the other person, I want to destroy the bombs. and then he just points his fingers up and acts like a gun and starts shooting up. Bang, bang, and as he's doing that, you just see the missiles getting taken down.
Really?
Explosion. And then the last one,
awesome.
dude, the last one he shoots down and it lands like what, 10 feet in front of him?
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I was like, holy crap, this show is good. And I loved it. I loved it. Did you find the name of the guy?
It's Akira.
Akira, okay.
Wow, really? That was a hard one.
I know, I suck. But that was really good. So let's go with my top two honorable mentions. My first one has to come from Nichijou. Nichijou is a comedy.
Is it ecchi?
No, not at all.
Pure ecchi.
I think Kyoto Animation did this one. But what's funny about this is the police stops these two girls.
Oh, is it about the... I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
showed you
I
this
love
one.
this clip.
The police guys is like, hey, there's been some counterfeit bills going around here. Just tell me if you have some. And then one of the friends, she's like, no, we don't have it, so don't worry. And then you look at the other friend, and she's trembling. So the friend's like, oh no, she has fake bills. We're going to go to jail. And it's like, hopefully she just gives it to the guy. And then the girl's like, I don't have anything. So the police guy's like, hey, can I see your bag? Let me show me your bag. No, you can't see my bag. It's like, why not? Here. And she takes out like a $20 bill, whatever. And he just gives it to the guy, and she gets down on her knees like pleading for mercy. So the friend's like, oh my gosh, you just give him a fake bill? It's like, I'm going to have to confiscate this. She's like, no, you don't understand. This is a real bill. I just don't want you to grab my bag. She's like, I'm going to have to look through my bag. And what the police guy pulls it, and then all the papers inside the bag starts flying out. And then the police guy picks one up, and then the camera pans into what it was, and it was her drawings of this yaoi or gay anime that she likes to draw.
What the hell?
So she just goes she snaps, she goes to the police guy, punches him, like lifts him out cold. Then she picks up the pages and it's like 1, 2, 3.
Oscar punching out cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she counts and there's only 5 pages. So she's like, oh crap. She turns around and her friend has one.
Oh!
So she's like, oh my goodness. And then you see the class, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
What show is this?
Nichijou.
It's hilarious.
So she goes to the friend, grabs her leg. This is all like, she's very slowly.
This Moy.
No,
not really.
No.
Mo style, right?
No. This is more about the comedy.
Six leg.
She grabs the leg and does like a wrestling move where she just twists it and her friend just goes and she takes everything again. And this happens for like
so
another
violent.
minute. It's funny as all get
I
out.
would do that to Jose.
So that's my number 2 honorable mention. My number 1 has to go. I love fighting games, and when I saw this thing, I had to buy the anime. And I'm not gonna say what the fighting game was, but
Is this your number one pick or your second
my
mention?
honorable mention.
Okay.
So with this, there's a famous scene. Go to YouTube and type "Evil Moment number 37" or "The Beast is Unleashed." It's a classic moment in gaming history. Everybody should watch this.
Evil what?
Evil Moment number 37 or "The Beast is Unleashed."
Oh yeah,
You
I
can watch this one later.
I'm just finding it.
It is basically something that up to that point nobody even dreamed or thought could happen. And then in this anime called Place to Place, they go to an arcade. And there's this little girl and then this guy. Well, they're in junior high to high school. And the guy sits down to play. And then I guess in Japan they have one machine on one side and the other machine on the other side. They play against each other. So they're playing as a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And the guy gets dominated. And it's the exact same scene as the real life
Really?
in the fighting game.
What?
And then when he looks around, because he's pissed, it's like this big muscular guy. It was the little girl playing, and she was like moving her little legs, all happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I had to buy this anime just for that.
Ken or Chun-Li?
Yeah, Ken and Chun-Li.
Okay, I see the video
Perry,
there.
Perry.
Perry. Oh,
Oh,
I laughed so hard, and that moment that I saw that scene, I was like, okay, let me go buy it. All right, so
number one.
Number 1. Oh my goodness, Gurren Lagann.
Yay!
Spoiler.
Tengen
Suck it,
Toppa.
David!
Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. This is the movie.
Wait, 1 or 2?
Number 2. The lights in the sky are stars. And I show you this part. It's right at the end of the battle. Well, before we get to the last battle, Simon gets all this extra power. And then you see the mecha get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And he does the Giga Drill Buster as that, and then the Anti-Spiral King stops it. And then the other mecha comes out, and he stops it. And then the other one, and the other one, and the other one.
Amazing.
And it keeps going, and it shows...
There were nipples in this.
Were they in that one? Or it was
What's
the one
with you
afterward?
and nipples?
I'm sorry, but
I
it's
saw
the
a
last
nipple.
podcast, and this one it had what?
This isn't Stitch, dog. He's playing like Stitch Nipple. But, way to ruin number one already.
Hey, I'm brighten up the moment.
So
man.
basically what happens, he destroys all of the mecha until Simon comes in and he just punches the guy. And then they go to the fight scene and amazing animation by Studio Gynet. Just go watch the show and then go watch the movies and thank me later for that.
I'm directing that towards David, right?
To anybody
You
that
wasn't
hasn't
looking
seen
at
it.
me.
Now I am.
That series has everything you want. It has the action, the emotion.
It has
the
crappy
laughter.
endings. If you like crappy endings,
I love the ending.
I
The
saw-
music,
I saw the
is
ending.
sick.
The music
it's pretty bad.
So cool.
Row, row, fight the power.
The song of that is pretty cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool song.
I feel more manly talking about it. So that's the top 3 list for all of us here. Let us know in the comments. Hopefully, what your top 3 is.
Yeah. If we were so we were gonna do a review of Evangelion 3.3, but it's like 1:30 in the morning and we're way tired. So we'll go ahead and add that to our next podcast. Let's just go and do that.
We might do
Yeah,
that.
why don't we just add it as a different segment for our viewers?
For
Just an Evangelion review. It doesn't have to be a whole podcast. Just like a separate.
We can do a
our review
special-
on Facebook.
We can do a special mini episode and put it up sometime next
we're gonna
week.
put it on YouTube instead of put like on.
Well, we'll figure this
Yeah.
out. You just check our Facebook for what we're gonna do.
Go
on
through
that.
Facebook or Twitter and we'll let you know what's going to happen
We
with
got
Evangelion.
better.
Best believe we are going to give you a review of Evangelion.
Yeah.
At least the movie, the third movie.
Yeah, and our predictions of what we think is gonna happen. It's gonna be longer than what you think.
All
this
the
section.
conspiracy theories. We're gonna get pretty in depth
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
All the Brokeback Mountain-ness.
Oh god.
No homo.
There's a lot of homo scenes in that movie. It's just pretty bad.
No yaoi scenes. It's just
I
like
did all
implied.
this
It was
for you.
implied homo stuff.
They were
in it.
super friends.
So now they were against any like gays and stuff out there.
They were
Just
like
very
the-
awkward scenes. It just didn't make any sense.
They were like the Wonder Twins from way
The
back
Wonder
in the...
Twins. There you go.
Twin powers activate.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But before we go, lastly, let's just leave them with a couple things to look forward to next week.
Yes, Jose. What comes out next week?
Remember, this is the week of January 13th to the 17th.
Exactly. Naruto Shippuden on cut set on DVD.
Number 17.
Anybody gonna buy that?
No,
I'm probably gonna wait until a box set comes out.
I'm waiting
I want
for Blu-ray.
There you
Yep,
go.
yep.
Blu-ray is the way to go.
Blu-ray's
Has Naruto
right.
So
come
no.
out with any Blu-ray besides movies?
No.
No,
Besides
just
movies,
movies.
no.
Just like One Piece, with season 5 Voyage 5 is coming out next week.
I 100% guarantee you that One Piece will turn into Blu-ray when the series is
And
complete.
it's gonna cost me $500. No, it's Funimation. Well, maybe $200.
No.
For the entire series, $6,000.
Purchased.
What about movies? I love scary movies. So The Devil's Due, I don't know if it's gonna be any good. Not really good.
That's not
Scary
that new
movies coming out?
Exorcist-like movie, is it?
I think so.
Because that one looked really cool.
It's
It's the
the-
one I'm thinking
Is
of.
it the one with the lady who's carrying
Pregnant of the Antichrist or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
junk like
that
Yeah.
looked crazy cool.
I want to
yeah.
see stuff like that. I like
those
I don't want to
I
see
like
that
those
in real
horror films.
life.
No.
But I like seeing scary movies.
So yeah, those things are better scary for me, and then like your like Scream, like the little
Right.
serial killer chasing you with the cheerleader girls. Like those are the better.
I don't
horror
know. The chainsaw one's pretty iconic.
films.
Oh, the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
Oh my gosh. We should have a marathon. We'll talk about this later. Also, if you have kids, the nut job.
Dude,
That's
Gabriel,
like the little.
yeah, the little squirrels that want to
Yeah.
get the nuts. Gabriel Iglesias is in that show.
Side.
You would be.
Yeah, and he's the funniest comedian for me personally, for me, because he's a comedian who happens to be Latino. So he puts all these little Latin lifestyles in it, and it just makes.
I'll
it
have
fun.
to hear some of that. That'll be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That'll be hilarious.
As far as games goes, we got Assassin's Creed HD.
I have been waiting for this. You have no idea.
What's
I
it coming
bought
out for?
PS3.
PS3, well, on the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Live Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
When did they take the live out of it? Is it now Xbox Arcade now?
Yeah, XBLA.
XBLA?
They just don't have
Isn't it-
Xbox Live Arcade on Xbox One.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
quick news too. On top of that, this is just really short. We can't go into it any deeper. But
We could go into
we
way
could,
deep.
but it's just gonna take too much time. Marvel's pulling out their games from the online store, so
Marvel
you can't
Capcom.
get MVC2 or MVC3 or MVC3
UMVC3.
Ultimate.
Yeah, you can't get
The Ultimate.
You can't get.
So-
you can't even download extra customs anymore if you have them.
Oh, you can't get any of that fun stuff. So if you want them, go buy them at like GameStop or Walmart because they're not gonna make any more copies.
When are
of
they
them.
canceling this?
They
They
took
just
out.
did it already.
It's
I'd
already
go
done.
buy it tonight if I knew this.
They took it out of the network stores. So
Yeah,
they're
you
all
have to buy
online.
the physical copies. So people, if you want, buy them now because I mean they're gonna be worth a lot.
You can become the next beast.
Go watch
Dude,
them.
do you guys remember how much the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was? If you could find that on PS2 or Xbox?
I got that
One?
for $100 used.
GameStop.
Yep.
probably.
My friend
Or
sold.
Game Crazy, probably.
My
No,
friend,
Oh,
it's
that-
Saba
my
time.
friend
Game Crazy.
He had the,
What was that, with Hollywood
Dreamcast
Video?
one. He sold it for $160 from GameStop. GameStop paid him $160 for that game. Not even with the original case, with the Game Crazy case.
Is there anything else coming out this week?
Music.
We got some music. Switchfoot. Are we
Switch-
excited?
Switchfoot. I love Switchfoot. I saw them live a few years back, and they blew me away. And they have the new album coming out called Fading West that goes along with their movie that they made of how they tour and you know behind the scenes, and it's pretty good.
Oh.
If you like Switchfoot, go listen to them. Comes out I think Tuesday.
Periphery, if you guys are into the progressive gent stuff, they're coming with their experimental album Clear. I think it's coming out next week or sometime in January. Something really cool. Listen to that. Also, who was it? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. It's late, guys. Sorry about
Miles,
that.
when is DJ Blaine gonna bless us with another hot
I have
mix?
no clue what that guy's doing, but
That check your
if
mask.
you like electronic music, I know that Calvin Harris has been working on some new stuff. So,
K-pop. Anything from K-pop?
Every week something happens in K-pop.
New G-Dragon. New
No,
Brown Eyed Girl.
none of
Pretty
them. None of the big ones coming out recently. They're trolling me. They're trolling me hard.
Well,
It's late.
for J Rock or J Pop, I know Scandal is coming up with TM Revolution. They're coming out with some live DVD or something like that. That's coming out in a few weeks. So look out for that. If you like them, I love Scandal. I like TM Revolution. They've made good anime openings and their songs are pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Think we're good? Everyone's happy?
yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us in this. What happened to be quite a bit more things than we thought we were going to talk about. Episode 2 of Chibi No Podcast.
we didn't even finish what
I
we were
know.
gonna do.
Well, don't tell them that. They probably forgot. We already talked like 20 more
People forget
minutes.
what we said. Forget what we said. It's done.
So, signing off. My name is Jose. Thank you guys for listening. Stay golden.
This is David, the Smash fan. I love you.
This is Miles, the tech guy.
This is Diego, the coolest guy of them all.
Both guys.
Wow.
Love you, buddy.
This is Chibi No Podcast. Peace.
It needs to be about 20% cooler.